Depreciation, the amount by which fixed assets reduce in value over time due to use. Let's make an example with vehicle. When a company purchases a vehicle, it becomes the asset of the company. When that vehicle is being used, it loses value, and as it loses value, it depreciates. Another term is income received in advance or deferred income. Income that has already been received by a business, but which is for the next financial year. When let's say we are renting out land and buildings, or we are renting out a vehicle, or we are renting out something that belongs to the business, and then as we are renting out that thing that belongs to the business, and then we received that money, and when we receive that money now, when we receive it, or that money should have received it for the next financial year, and we receive it in the current financial year, that amount will fall under income received in advance. Then we have liability. What are liability? An amount owed by a person or business to another person or business. It is an amount that is owed by a person, or an amount that is owed by a business to someone else. And then if you are owing that amount to someone else, that amount now becomes a liability. So you are having a liability towards that person. Then you have loss. What is loss? When the expenses are more than the income, those are losses. When now as a business we are having more things that you are paying out, and those things that you are paying out, and they are more than the things that you are, the money that you are receiving, those now it means we are working on a loss, because we are having more things that you are paying than the money that you are receiving. Then you have a markup. What does the word markup mean? The percentage added to the cost price to calculate the selling price. That means now if you are adding a certain percentage to the cost price, so that you can be able to find the money that you want to resell that item or that thing, that percentage now it is called the markup. Then you have owner's equity. What are owner's equity? The net worth or value of the business at any given time, or asset less liability. That means that assets plus liability equals to owner's equity. Then you have prepaid expense. What are prepaid expense? Expense that have already been paid, but which are for the next financial year. Expenses, let's say if you are a business, and then we are having expenses of renting an apartment, and then if we have paid that apartment in advance, or we should have paid that apartment for the next financial year, that means now those are prepaid expenses. Then you have profit. What does the word profit mean? When the income is more than the expense, that means now we are operating in a profit. When we are able to pay things that belongs to the business and pay services within the business, and then after that we still have more money in our bank account, that means now we are working on a profit. Then you have